Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and another episode of The Blind and the Special. I am the Blind.
I'm specialer than shit.
And I don't seem to hear us still on the watch page.
I am.
Oh, are you? Okay.
All right.
We apologize for the technical difficulties and the 4 minutes of dead air. Oh, there we are. Okay, now I hear us.
You are delayed.
I am delayed. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so we're back here to finish the review of Bird Box, and talk about some news articles also that Pincalo has collected. So, I don't know, Pincalo, do you want to...
Okay, so where do we leave off? We left off with our... First of all, let's say hi to those that are in chat, because we have people here.
Yes, we do. Should... We have, let's see.
Hi, Skeptalk. Hi, Costin. Hey, Kara.
Hi, Death Hurricane. Hello to... Who else is here?
Who else is here? Let's see. Beth
Castleman. Yep.
That's all that's spoken. So, be sure to share, because we don't know what they're doing with the YouTubes. Also, I'm sorry for the technical crap again. I think I either have malware, a virus, and RAM problems. I actually think it's all three.
Well, that's always
However,
good.
I got a feeling I'm gonna have to buy a new computer, like I keep saying. I'm not going to sit there and go, I did money for a computer. I'm trying to just get money set aside. Don't worry, we'll get it set up. We'll have a desktop. We'll be good. We won't have any problems. Let's hope. Let's see here. So we're gonna get started with the with our wonderful review. So instead of me watching it last night and having to discuss it today, I made her sit down with me and watch and just kind of zip through it. So for the first half, we kind of just sped through so she can keep up with the context. And so what's your review of what we saw for the first half, real quick?
Well,
like, okay, so we did the opener properly. You got to actually see where it opened up, and
yeah,
she's at the beginning and she's screaming at the kids. And how was that?
well, it pissed me off a lot, because in the back of my mind I had been remembering an article written by a blind woman last week that was praising Bird Box for extolling and teaching sighted people what blind parents have to do. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, if any actual blind parent is sitting there thinking that it is okay to, like, speak to your children before you go out to the park on that base, like on a basis like, if you let go of my hand, you will die. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that, it's, Sandra Bullock just didn't.
You have the worst expressions when it comes to trying to explain movies.
Well, it's
when Sandra Bullock was. Arr!
Well, that's what she was doing. I swear to God, this was a movie for Sandra Bullock to have an excuse to just swear all the time and scream at children. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Sandra Bullock movie where she swears so much. Like, and I'm not somebody who you've heard me stream. You guys know that I don't give a shit about swearing. But there are just some people who it doesn't sound right. And with Sandra, she's one of those people who, when you listen to the Bird Box, it's just like, okay, dude, we get it. You don't get to swear often in your movies. Like, it's fine. We understand. Like, I don't.
It's kind of like seeing a church mom start screaming obscenities out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah. It really is. It's kind of sad, really. It doesn't add anything to the suspense of the movie. It doesn't convey any emotion. It doesn't add anything to the language.
So,
It's just she's just swearing because she can. You know, like
so let's go down a little bit. Let's go down the river. So we're now down the river and suddenly flash backwards in time to the rush of the pregnancy. How did you feel? How did that scene hit you? Where the sisters are arguing over what's going
okay,
on.
so this movie was not about being blind. This movie was about a woman who clearly shouldn't be a parent coming to terms with the fact that she is a parent, and not only a parent to her own child, but a parent to the child of the woman that she ended up in the house with. Because this movie was totally about that. It was totally about how, like, she didn't have, like, any baby things at all.
So,
like, at all. Like,
so,
she was, like, very close to having her child at the start of this movie. And even her sister's like, okay, where's the baby going to sleep? Like, where are you going to put this baby? Like, where, like, and she's talking to the obstetrician. She's like, oh, it'll just go away. This condition will just go away.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
Dude,
So
you're
next.
Ugh.
Okay. So they're driving along. They're in the Jeep. And the sisters, they're talking about the horse and shit, right?
Yeah.
And the sister sees it. What did you go through? What went through your mind there?
That was stupid. There was no suspense. It was just, ooh, she's driving into. She says, "What the fuck is that?" And then then she goes crazy and drives into oncoming traffic. Ooh, like.
Okay. Uh, okay. So she gets she gets away. The sister gets hit by the truck. I'm sure. I heard I heard a giggle. Did you giggle when the sister walked in front of the truck?
No.
No. Okay. What about? Okay. So you're getting up there. The wife Lydia gets into the truck. So she goes in. John Malkovich. So we're gonna get ahead to. They let the guy in.
The guy.
The
Gary?
Tom. Barry, the crazy guy. Was that his name?
Huh? Gary.
What was it?
Gary.
Dairy?
Oh my god.
Or Gary?
Gary. Are you deaf?
Yes, I am. I'm wearing headphones. Can't you see? Do you see?
Yeah, I totally see that, you dumbass.
Okay. Okay, so Gary starts pulling out the pictures out of his portfolio. And then he goes upstairs where the women suddenly are giving birth simultaneously. Thoughts? That whole scene where I know we kind of jumped ahead because I know you didn't want to deal with the whole crying baby that bothered you. But yeah, so how did you feel about that whole scene where he walks in and he's like, "Look outside. Olivia, look outside. Come look, show the baby."
First of all, how did she possibly get enough momentum to break through a window from where she was?
She ran. It was a pretty big bedroom.
Okay.
It was like a giant. It was like the size of.
And the window was a floor to ceiling window.
It was like 2 feet off. It was a pretty big window. It was a big bay window.
Because those are
old house. It's okay. It's cheap California house. I think it was California. Yeah, cheap house. And she was about 500 pounds before the baby. So.
Okay. Well, whatever.
You were not amused with this movie, were you?
No.
So where do we go? Oh, the grocery store. Remember, I played the proximity sensor driving scene.
No. So here's my problem with the grocery store.
Okay.
Um, First of all, that's not how proximity sensors work. And second of all, and as I was saying to you outside just now, if I was in a if I was in that sort of situation and I thought I knew somebody who was outside and asking to be let in, but sounded the way that that person sounded, I would be like, nope, sorry, dude. You sound fucked up. You can stay out there.
Okay, hold on a second. We've got chat real quick. We've got comments. Okay, so far we've got Gun Fox.
Oh, hello, Gunny.
By the way, Neko showed up. Hello, Neko. That's how he says his name. His channel is Neko Gamer. Shit.
Nico?
Neko, throw your channel in chat real quick because I can't remember what your channel is. I caught one of your videos.
For those of us who have not seen it, you need to tell us what the action is that you are commenting on. So...
Okay, Skeptalk. In this scene, so what happens is, it's at the part where they're, obviously, in all survival movies, they run out of food, and it's, okay, we have to do a supply run. We have to find the nearest grocery store. Luckily, as Ex Machina would have it, there's a dude that works at the grocery store who's one of the survivors in the house. I don't have to say spoilers because if you people haven't watched this atrocity yet, you have to or deal with the spoilers. Oh, that's right. He had family shit. Della. It is ridiculous, but we'll get into that. That's why I wanted to do these streams with her. This was funny. That's why I made her sit down and at least watch chopped up version of the movie. Okay, so Skev Talk. What we're talking about is it's about the middle of the movie. And what they end up doing is it ends up with a supply run. So 5 of them, Malkovich, there's a police academy chick, Bullock, the black freaked out guy who's scared of everything out of every corner, who's actually like a YouTube guy. He's supposed to be like a YouTube consumer. So he knows this all has to do with the rapture and conspiracy. It's crazy. So to get to the grocery store, they black out the van or the SUV. And it's got GPS, so they're going to use the GPS to drive with no windows. So they paint the windows with house paint and newspapers, with just the GPS and the proximity sensors in the truck. Keep in mind that in the beginning of all of this, car crashes happen, dead bodies are everywhere, so the roads are not clear. So they then go. So you hear it go. What's that? It's a curb. So they back out of the garage perfectly. Execute a perfect closure of the garage with nothing sneaking in, and apparently these are vampires and they don't go in. They can't get in the house unless you invite them, I guess. That was one of the weirdest fucking parts about this whole movie is the monsters stayed outside the house the entire time. They did not enter the house. The people had to come into the buildings to get them. This is fucking stupid. This made my blood boil, this movie. I haven't seen a movie that made me this angry since... I'd say Hide and Seek with Robert De Niro. I was very angry at that movie, too. Quick tangent, I walked out halfway through that movie. That's how angry I was, and I'd never walked out of a movie before. So at this scene, so they end up driving, I can't remember how far it is, but obviously it's a few miles. And the GPS directs them perfectly. It doesn't tell you what fucking lane you're in when you're on a GPS. So there's a scene where all the proximity sensors go off at the same time. So the whole thing, and it turns out it's the monsters, quote, outside the vehicle, doing their whole jump shadowy, scary thingy. That's the context. So they made it to the grocery store. That's the whole thing. So we're
and then they hear a person outside.
Oh, at the back loading dock.
Yeah, and the person that works at the store that is telling everyone, where to go for their different supplies. Apparently knows this dude, but this dude sounds like ridiculously messed up. And quite honestly, if I, like I said to Pincalo outside just now, if I was in that situation and I heard someone that I knew outside, but they sounded the way that person did, I'd be like, you're on your own, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, but instead, they open the fucking door
Yeah.
and then realize, oh my god, he's one of them!
Yeah.
And so, black guy at the grocery store sacrifices himself, gets up the courage, I'm going, fuck it! And goes outside, and then blood comes out of the door.
Yeah.
So, we've got that one. So then it just cuts to them back at the house.
Yeah.
Doesn't show how they get home.
Doesn't show them loading the car with all their food. Just miraculously, they escaped the thing that's outside on the loading dock, and they've got the food, and they didn't run into any of the cars or bodies that they ran into on the way there.
Nation raid. Aw, thank you, Satsu. Satsu sent people over.
Aww.
Thank you, Satsu. But yeah, so they get home, perfect, flawless victory. Like, and then the car gets stolen, and then they let Gary in, right? And then we go into the scene with the pregnancy, and everybody dies. Cut to the river.
That scene, I did not like that scene because even before I had kids, I don't like scenes where they have like crying children or
waffles. Like... Amaranthine monkey. Yeah, so go ahead.
So I don't like scenes with like crying children, especially when it's like distressed. You know what I mean? Like more than normal crying. And so the scene where everybody dies and you've got these terrified infants. I'm just like, really? Do we have to watch this scene right now?
Well, I skipped it for you because it was really just boring, fucking not even dialogue. It was not even music. That was the other thing. This movie had no soundtrack. I don't know if anybody else caught that. There was no soundtrack to this movie. If there was, it was just mild piano crap.
Yeah.
No offense to Danny Elfman, but you know what I mean? It was just like, it was weird. It was just minor, just a few little things. I can't do that. Because there were a few times where they could have done interesting scores, which could have added maybe to something to it. But I doubt it. So now we're going down the river. What's up? What are you owing? Streamlabs. Can you read it? Because my computer will explode.
I have to go on to the website.
So then go on the website. On your phone. Why can't you monitor Streamlabs? Why do I gotta monitor?
Because I'm monitoring chat. Too.
I'm monitoring chat.
Not doing a very good job.
Because we're talking. Drug raid, nation raid, waffles. Waffles! Tasty waffles with lots of syrup. Alright, so this is great. So you've got so we're on the river. They're under the blankets, they run into the transport truck, and the kid falls in, they lose the leg. Then they go to the house.
Wait. That was like...
Oh, there it is. Am I going on? Uh-oh. Where's Talkie? Wait, okay, so we missed... How far are we? Because this was a jump. What did I miss?
That was really vague. You have to, like... transport truck.
Yeah. So
I don't know how that happened, but okay.
The driver probably tried to kill himself by driving into the river.
No, I'm saying I don't know how they managed to not see the transport truck.
Because...
Or hear...
Her back was turned to it. She's rowing. And so it just... What?
Okay, but when you... Okay.
Okay.
You'd still be able to hear the water lapping around.
They're going through light rapids the entire time.
No, don't buy it.
Okay, fine, don't buy it, fine, because okay, so the kid gets knocked in, he's soaking wet, they lose all their
Her
supplies.
kid.
Oh yeah, that's
Be
right. The boy
very,
was
very, very specific about this. Her kid fell into the water.
right because the boy is hers and girl is Olivia's, the chick that killed herself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she goes to the house. So she hears the wind chimes, the wooden wind chimes that are like a kilometer away from the water, and she manages to make it perfectly up the path and to the house with the wooden wind
And
chimes.
leaves her children, one of whom has just fallen into the river in winter, outside in the cold.
She put her coat on him.
Oh, well, uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, so she leaves both of them, goes to the house, which ends up being a weird middle of the woods hospital, judging from all the beds. Uh, Grabs the blankets and stuff, and then the creature, that jump scare scene where the creature takes the string and pulls
Yeah.
the bed.
Yeah.
And then she gets outside, runs and trips next to that corpse. Right? Doesn't know that there's a corpse next to her. Yeah, there's dead bodies still. This is one thing they kept the truth, though. They kept all the dead bodies everywhere where they laid. And you can see that they are in a different state of decay.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. I'm good with that. That's kind of neat. So she pulls out her 9mm from somewhere and she starts shooting. That she still had that wasn't in her backpack.
Yes, because she lost her pack.
Right, the pack went into the river.
When boy.
What happened? Did we skip? Yeah, oh, sorry guys. Whenever I get a Streamlabs donation, I kind of lag, like the system lags out. Like I said, I don't know why.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this in on my phone without cranking up the volume. The volume?
The Valium?
Wow.
Would you like some Valium, my dear?
No, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I'm fine.
Okay. She'll bring up the Streamlabs in a minute.
Oh, fuck off. Now I have to put in my fucking email?
The shit show we try to do when we try to do a legit formatted stream, right?
Anyway, the overall thing that I have to say about Bird Box is that
we're not even at the end yet. So they get to the house, she gets down, she finds out that girl has wandered off from the boat and yanks her to the boat by the rope. And then starts screaming at her. Then they get back in the boat, they go down the river. Then it cuts back to her and the man. You said something interesting earlier about her being a bad girlfriend.
Yeah, because there's a flashback of because she falls in love with a different black guy that happened to be in the house that we all keep that we keep flashing back to.
Tom.
His name was Tom, and he was trying to tell the kids like a really nice story of his childhood and stuff, right? Like of his family, and all that. And she starts screaming at him for it. Because, how dare you give the kids hope? and something to look forward to after this is all over. It all must be doom and gloom forever. We are always going to be on the brink of horrible death. And she's also a horrible mother. Like, notwithstanding what we've already talked about, she wants to sacrifice one of them to get through the rapids so she can steer blind. I'm like, why can't you take off your blindfold and row?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You fucking horrible person.
That made you mad. You got really mad at that.
I mean, last minute, she decides nobody's going to look. But we all knew who she was going to pick.
Oh yeah, well, obviously, because boy said I'd do it, and then girl goes, because boy, and she goes, no, Olivia has to choose. So
No, she said, I will choose who looks.
Yeah, the second time you didn't hear Olivia pipe up and say she'll look, and then she decides, no, no one's gonna look.
Yeah,
That
I
was
heard
how
that.
was. Uh, and so they then make it down the rapids.
Sort of.
Yeah, they end up capsizing. And, yeah, that's right, they do. And if it wasn't for the bells, they never would have found each other. They wander through the woods, and then this is the most exciting part of the movie, where you think you're gonna really see the creatures. Guess what? You don't. You just see a bunch of fucking leaves rising from the ground, like in Silent Hill. If anybody remembers when Pyramid Head was going to show up in Silent Hill, everything would rise up around you and slow down in slow motion. That's exactly what happens when these fucking creatures show up. Oh, blood boiling.
And a lot of ghosts talking.
Yeah, you hear a lot of "Come with me."
Look at me! Look at me! I'm right here.
Yeah, it was just. So you don't. What you do is you see something happen way off in the distance, where the leaves and trees and shit all go into this big vortex looking thing, and you think you're finally going to see the creature, and it just jump cuts to her knocking on the door. They're just sitting there pounding on the door, and it's to the Janet Barker School for the Blind.
Tucker.
Janet Tucker School for the Blind. Sorry.
You gotta be correct.
Oh, fuck. And guess what? Somebody said it in chat last week. The blind are going to win. And I thought they were kidding. And guess what? The blind will rule the world. Is how it ends.
Yep.
And the doctor, the obstetrician, ex machina obstetrician, looks at her and goes, "Mallory? Oh my God."
The one, yeah, and she was trying to be like, it won't just go, like,
oh.
This is the doctor who we mentioned at the beginning, where
it was her obstetrician is the surviving doctor at the last final colony of fucking blind people that are surrounded by birds, that the birds go crazy when the creatures are around, and the blind are not affected. It's just, Jesus. What about the partially?
The birds for the sighted people.
It's just, it turns out it's like this big green domed in environment where, what, the monsters can't get in through the railings between it's the Garden of Eden? What the, oh, fuck, I hate Rapture movies. And that's, I think, what this is, which means you guys are actually stuck in purgatory. If you really want to get fucked up with the Rapture shit, if you look at the people that actually killed themselves, okay, the people that actually committed suicide were good, kind-hearted people for the most part. The insane asylum people, and the deranged, like the ones that, because there was that scene, I'm sorry, we skipped this scene where a bunch of this insane asylum people, when they're raiding that one house, are outside the house, and Tom shoots them. He does the fucking special forces shit and suddenly appears behind them well after he's been shot. And so all of them die. So what that proved, and they weren't wearing blindfolds. They were like, "Come on out, take your blindfold off, take a look." And then Tom shoots the final guy and then blows his own fucking brains out because he was able to resist for 2 seconds. So it's just, oh fuck. So you find out that the evil fucking demonic people that want to make everybody look, that are worshipping these demonic beings from beyond.
Okay, so finally, I know it was 10 minutes ago, but some Dutch dude sent $2 to say hello and good night, Monkey and Satsu say hi.
Ah, thank you.
And then 15 minutes ago,
Kara, she was a terrible person.
Yeah, she was.
To finish my little Rapture rant thought here, okay? So you've got all the kind of, like, Lydia just wanted to help people, right? The drunk John Malkovich's wife, the first one to die, right? Yep. The one dude sacrifices himself, right? Because he got put outside and told to look.
Tom even manages to
shoots the bad all of the bad guys
before he shot himself.
So he ascends.
Yeah.
Right. So what the fuck are they making people kill themselves to descend to hell because it's the rapture days? You know, if you kill the bad part of the Bible, if you kill yourself, you burn.
Yeah. Right.
If you're murdered, you arise. So what are the blind people going to rise because eventually the fucking psychos are going to find them and kill everybody? Okay, so that's still fucked up. But if you really think about it, Earth is purgatory in a lot of in a lot of senses, right? Because it's between heaven and hell. So you've got the blind people that are stuck on Earth with the fucking evil, insane motherfuckers that are killing everybody, right? You've got the good-hearted people that suddenly ascended to heaven, and then you got the survivors that don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's a rapture fucking movie, regardless of what anybody says. I fucking hate rapture movies. There was Christ imagery involved, but it wasn't blatant. It was really, really subversive, and it's just interesting to take a look at it from that perspective.
Who's taking a break tonight? What, huh?
Minions is off? Oh, no, they're asking why Lords of the Night isn't on.
Wait.
Listening to another cast while I'm... just conversation with Adam. Because, hello, Mr. Adam. How's it going, buddy? Hey, I got a challenge for you.
Minions is next.
If anybody ever wants to submit thumbnails or stuff to put for Blind Press to use for streams or stuff, or artwork that I can put up on here once in a while, or thumbnails, like if anybody wants to just like submit thumbnails, that would be cool. There's 82 coffee streams. If anybody wants to do custom thumbnails for them, go right ahead and go back.
There are 84.
Oh, I'm sorry,
streams.
84.
We are going to be doing the 100th on February 2nd. I have to figure out... I'm trying to figure out who I should have on as guests, but I definitely am planning guests. And I'm planning them in advance this time.
Okay, so that's my theory on the whole ending of Bird Box and why I think it's just a really cruel way to virtue signal to a group of people who are going to die. Because you're all destined, you're doomed. Because think about it, if those guys suddenly show up, I saw no guns in that place. There was no armor, there were no guards, there were no sentries. It's just a door that's holding anybody out. What's to keep these psychos from getting a hold of the radio signal and going, oh, you just have to go down the river for 2 days and then you listen for the birds. Okay. Yeah. They were on family radios. Cobra. They were on CB, for fuck's sakes. How is that? Like, oh, angry.
So, free artwork, says Adam.
No, if you want. Cheap artwork. Okay, fine, if you want.
Sweet, I got a project.
You never asked me to join the show. I'm not the one that schedules anything. This show, we don't really have guests on. It's just me, because I'm here. Blind Press, on the other hand, for the Friday shows, you have to speak to her.
Yeah, if you're not working at 10 in the morning, or if you're even awake at 10 in the morning, you're more than welcome to go.
Now, I'm not just saying for you, Adam. I've actually put that out to anybody. Because one other thing I'm trying to do is, because Ryan Rollins has got this whole proximity badgers things going, which is really making me laugh, because then for the Star Trek stream I came up with proximity tribbles.
Yes.
Then they get into it and you come up with a weird hybrid of them. So what I would really want is, I just want to see one. I might just make t-shirts. I kind of just want to make shirts. Because, I mean, it's just funny, because I was actually thinking of making courier shirts, like specific messages, like, don't shoot me, I'm just delivering a message. Because, you almost get shot doing this job. Now, I'm off this Friday, Gunfox, dude. Oh, shit, I'm going to break something. Shit.
Don't.
Why is my computer breaking?
Stop clicking things.
I'm trying to get to our new... I have to change things now, unfortunately. Which, my computer's gonna explode. I have no idea why it does this.
That's it. Next big purchase is a fucking computer for you.
I will. I might just have to get one for... I might just have to get a new one for the business.
Yep.
Okay. So if the stream drops out, guys, just give it a second. It'll come back.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be dropped out, so that's good.
Oh, good.
I believe we have some news.
We have a lot of news, actually. Please don't explode your computer. I'm actually going to take mine out back, and I'm actually going to skeet shoot this thing, I think. I am really contemplating it. And I don't know what it is. I don't have anything else running. It's at least we're not lagging out. Like, that's the important thing. What's that? Why do I have messages? Okay. So let's just hope. Wait, notifications.
Hello, Jesse.
Finn, how fast would you be banned off YouTube if we really spoke our minds? Me, not as quickly as you, because I, for some reason, have got this weird thing where I just don't want to fight people anymore. That's why I don't say much on Twitter any longer, because it's really dumb people. Okay, don't break, don't blow up. Now. Because you remember when we had that special, when Blind had that special guest on, and you and I both came on. I'm actually shocked we didn't get shit for that. If my connection hadn't been so bad, it might have been well worth it. Come on.
Or had he not muted himself and left?
Did he mute himself and run away?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, work. Please? Transition. Hey, alright, okay. Okay, so, let's see if we can do this without, actually, well, okay, I'm not going to play this video because I'm not going to,
Explode the computer?
Not just that, I don't feel like getting us banned officially, because I think we would get struck down because it's CBS.
Yeah.
So it's just for the article. If I can just... Please work. Okay. So I'm using Firefox because I was told Firefox is easier to use when doing this stuff. But let's find out. So, teen who crashed car while blindfolded was doing the Bird Box Challenge.
Of course.
It's not a Kumite when it's a slaughter gun fox. That doesn't count. Alright, I might just have to open this on my phone and read it. I think I will. Okay, so let's go to my DMs and open the story. Bird Box Challenge teen is a retard. Okay. Teen who crashed car while blindfolded was doing the Bird Box Challenge. A teenage driver in Layton, Utah crashed her car while wearing a blindfold, a stunt inspired by the Netflix movie Bird Box. Bird Box Challenge while driving, predictable result, the Layton Police Department tweeted on Friday. This happened on Monday as a result of the driver covering her eyes while driving on Layton Parkway. Luckily, no injuries. It's actually a pretty ugly crash that happened with it. I found the tweet. The blindfolded driver was a 17-year-old girl, and there was another 16-year-old girl in the car at the time of the crash.
Oh my God.
Lieutenant Travis Lyman of the Layton Police Department told CBS News. The department tweeted photos of two cars involved in the crash. One was a pickup truck with a front bumper bent. The other was a smaller vehicle with the entire driver's side crushed. It's actually pretty bad. The side airbags deployed.
Mm.
And if luckily nobody was in the back passenger seat, because that person would have probably been pretty bad.
Mm.
Earlier this month, Netflix warned viewers not to replicate the movie. Really? Not to replicate the movie? In which a mother and her children wear blindfolds to escape a sinister force that turns anyone who sees it suicidal. Spoiler! The movie was a smash hit with over 45 million viewers streaming it in its first week, according to Netflix. The movie inspired internet copycats to take on the Bird Box Challenge, in which people filmed themselves doing everyday tasks blindfolded. The game is as viral as it is dangerous. Can't believe I have to say this, but Please do not hurt yourselves with this Bird Box challenge, Netflix tweeted on January 2nd. We don't know how this started, and we appreciate the love, but boy and girl have just one wish for 2019, and it is that you not end up in the hospital due to memes. Memes kill dreams, people! Fortunately, no one was injured in the Layton, Utah crash. A representative at the police department told CBS News, but others might not be so lucky with such a dangerous stunt. Yeah, like Logan fucking Paul. Why didn't he die? Or seriously injured. Who said that? Demons, please, be gone. Go back, go back. But we want to watch.
Yeah.
We want to see it. It's beautiful. Fuck off. Go back to the forest. No, oops. CBS News correspondent Jamie Yuccas. Yuccas? I think it's Yuccas. I think it's Yuccas. I can't help it. Why does it make me laugh so hard to hear the name Yuccas?
I don't know.
It's funny to say. Yuccas! Oh, I'm going to hell. Reported last week that while many of the examples posted on social media appear to have been done for laughs, what else would they have been done for? Cries? Some carry more risk. One woman nearly burned herself on a heater. A boy repeatedly crashed into furniture with his tricycle. And a blindfolded toddler slammed into a wall. Correction, I saw that video. That motherfucker was led into the wall by his idiot fucking dad. Fuck J-Station. Or was it J-Station? No, it was it Salads? Yeah, I think it was Salads that did that. One of those assholes. Or Sala, that's it.
Yeah,
that's who it was. It was that
his
fucking
kid
idiot.
into the wall.
Yeah. Oh, fuck J-Station anyway, but anyway. Okay. To the comments. Blind Press. If they think the Bird Box Challenge is tough, just wait till I tell them about Russian roulette. Johnny Rogers Bilgewater. From Gunfox. Pin, well, I like pissing off the damn snowflakes and leftists. Yes, you do. And it's fun when you do. So, that's it for that story. Dumb people. But, yeah, so I pulled up I managed to pull up the tweet from the police department. So, from the Layton Police, Bird Box Challenge while driving, ... Predictable result. Double space. This happened on Monday as a result of the driver covering her eyes while on Layton Parkway. Luckily, no injuries. So, come on, scroll. Please don't break. Okay, so I just curiously zipping through here real quick. She shouldn't be allowed to drive. There's a John Wayne meme that says, life is hard. It's harder if you're stupid. I don't remember him saying that, but okay. Let's see here. We got Robert Downey Jr. You got it. Hey, where'd it go? Screw it. So, that's that. Now, Gunfox sent me one last week. Now, everyone realizes I do... I look up stuff from the whole week, not just from today.
Yeah.
But Gunfox sent me this last week. Sorry I didn't respond, Gunfox. It's just, you know how it is. U.S. Army deserter found nearly 2 decades later in Indiana. If anybody knows, if anybody knows anything about the rules, if you desert, no, it doesn't matter. You could be a deserter for, I think I was told once, it was like, you can be a deserter for 30, 40 years. It will never be written off. And if you're caught, you will face justice.
So if you deserted for a war that's no longer a war,
you're still fucked. You're still fucked.
Oh.
If someone deserted during World War II,
wow, and
they were caught in the 90s, they still could face charges. It wouldn't be as severe. This is a Fox News. Oh, it's from Gunfox, so it's on his. I'm gonna just read this off of mine. It's just safer off of my phone.
Yeah.
There it is. So this is from Fox News. Our Fox News source has told us. An American man who deserted the U.S. Army nearly 2 decades ago has turned up working as a dishwasher at an Italian restaurant in Indiana.
Dishwasher.
He's a dishwasher. He must have been on KP duty and ran away. Robert Eugene Broadbeck's cover was blown late last week after voluntarily walking into the Clinton Police Department and talking to officers due to a scuffle he had with a coworker the day after Christmas. He worked jobs and things where he was paid in cash, Larry Keller, dispatcher and records clerk for the Clinton Police Department, told the Indianapolis Star. Nothing that ever required a social security number. He lived in a low-rent apartment. He walked everywhere and never had a driver's license. He was really no trouble. But during conversations with police, the 46-year-old gave them the name Robert Eugene Bowman, an alias that returned no matches in their databases. Broadbeck eventually gave them his real identity, after he learned they were preparing to arrest him for providing false information, the Indianapolis Star reported. A search of Broderick's past uncovered that he is wanted in Texas for dodging police and failing to appear in court, and that he deserted the Army in 2000. It added, although details of that alleged actions weren't immediately available. Brodbeck was being held at the Vermilion County Jail on Thursday while waiting to be transferred into custody of the U.S. Marshals Service, according to the Indianapolis Star. That's it. Don't run away from your post. You are a turd.
This guy needs to be shot for desertion, says Gunfire.
He lets it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I wish stories had more.
Didn't they do an amnesty for draft dodgers and deserters after Vietnam?
No, they should not. You ran away from your post. You are a coward for life. You are marked for life as a coward. Fuck you. It's written into the blue book, the glorious blue book that is the UCMJ. That will never change.
Oh.
That is a book where laws are added and never removed.
Un otra Streamlabs.
Another Streamlabs? Great, my computer might die. Okay.
Reload.
Touch the button. That traitor was in my state, says Fleet Admiral Denozo. Didn't. I'm not doing that. Something funny. I'm calling you Denozo. I'll call you Denozo. There we go. I'm going to call you Denozo from now on. Jolly Roger Bill. To be fair, Indiana is a damn good place to hide. There's fucking nothing there. That is true. Okay. From the Daily Mail. Come on. There we go. And computer lag. Remember, people, don't leave when it cuts out, because it'll come back in a minute. Now, passengers were left grounded with a dead body for 2 hours after passenger died on board, and paramedics had to crawl onto the plane because of a series of airport blunders.
They had to crawl onto the plane. They couldn't just take them.
Let's find out. Horrified plane passengers were left grounded with a dead body for 2 hours after a man died on a flight to Auckland. That's in New Zealand.
Deserter put to him to death by firing squad.
Thank you, Gunfox. I was getting kind of pissed off trying to find the fucking thing on my phone.
Gotta love TTS, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Gunfox. I didn't see the amount.
$5.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Much obliged. The ANZ80, Z80. Well, we're going for New Zealand. Why is it New Zealand, not New Zealand? Well, think about it. Okay,
because it's spelled Z-E-L.
So shouldn't it still be Zediland?
No, you idiot.
This is why the English language is crap.
Because you don't pronounce the letters. That means That means house should be pronounced H-house.
H-house? It is H-house.
No, it's not. It's house.
But it's
Zealand.
okay. Wait. Okay, if that's the case, then why is it that in England it's pronounced zebra?
Because it's only one E.
New Zealand is only one E.
Maybe it should be New Zealand.
It's New Zealand.
No,
it's
not
New Zealand. I don't
Zedland.
fucking care. It's New Zealand. Kiwi Land is now called New Zealand.
Oh, we got another.
Terry, you need to keep this on record for your people. Let them know the Kiwis are now from New Zealand.
No.
Yes, the Kiwis are now New Zealand.
Then from now on, I'm making Alex an S sandwich.
An S sandwich?
Yes.
No, it's sandwich.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Because S is S, not
Z,
S.
Z
S
is
S.
Z is Z.
It's a Z.
No, you don't say Z-oo. And we just missed Gun Fox's other donation.
Well, get to work there. You're supposed to be monitoring that.
You don't say Z-oo.
Okay, let's get back to the gruesome story.
You don't say... What? You don't say pizzetta for pizza.
Oh, pardon draft dodgers in 77. I think he pardoned... Can you really pardon people that aren't convicted? See, there's the problem. It might have been convicted draft dodgers. It's sandwich. Now go make me one. Okay, so let's...
Here is 10 to finally kill off Pincalo's computer.
Nope, didn't work. Haha. The ANZ-80 flight from Hong Kong was diverted to Cairns Airport at 2:30 a.m. on Monday morning after the man died due to an unknown medical emergency. I guess he didn't go, I'm dying! I'm having a heart attack here! Oh, I'm dying! Oh wait, it's an Auckland or a Hong Kong guy. How would that sound? Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Don't try.
Oh, come on.
No, please don't try.
I'm from New Zealand. Oh, I'm having a heart attack.
Why did he sound Austrian? Why did he sound like Arnold?
Isn't that what they sound like? I can't do
No,
it.
you fool! Oh, there was more to that?
Oh, okay, so how does a New Zealander sound?
More like an Aussie.
Aye, let's put a strip on the bobby kind of sound. Anyway. You hate me. Okay, let's get back to the story. When the plane landed, the pilot was unable to connect the plane to the terminal via an aero bridge because there were not enough ground crew to operate it at the time. Was this in Hong Kong or in Auckland? This was in Auckland. From Hong Kong was diverted to Cairns. Where's Cairns?
Oh, hold on. It says, well, I guess...
What?
Well, here's more to kill... Here's 10 to kill Pincalo's computer. If not, oh well, I got more rounds to try. And yeah, I got that guy started to stink up the plane. Yeah, I would imagine that. He probably did.
Instead, he requested a set of stairs for paramedics to enter the plane and remove the body. But the stairs that arrived were too low, meaning the paramedics had to hoist themselves up into the aircraft, while shocked passengers waited in their seats. An airport source told the Cairns Post they found a small set of stairs, which they put up to the aircraft door. They were totally insufficient. Totally. The paramedics had to put their kit on top of those stairs and stand on that, and they were still only chest height to the door. They had to climb onto that aircraft. This occurred for 2 hours. Were they portly? Eventually, the body was removed and the flight was able to continue to Auckland, where it landed 2 hours later. An Air New Zealand spokeswoman confirmed the flight had been diverted due to a, quote, medical emergency. For privacy reasons, we're not able to provide further information about the passenger. The aircraft continued to Auckland and arrived 2 hours behind schedule. Well, that would be an uncomfortable place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Cairns?
I don't know.
Does anybody know where Cairns is? Cairns is the extreme north end of Queensland, aka east coast of Aussielandia. Are they like retarded there?
Why?
Because they had to stand on their medical kit, right? Why not just get a 4-foot stepladder? If they had to stand on their medical kit, right? Their medical kit is not going to be this gigantic crate that's like 2 feet tall. The medical bag is going to be like 1.5 feet tall. And then they had to hoist themselves up into the doorway. I'm sorry, I've climbed into B-17s on the fucking tarmac.
Yeah.
For the Confederate Air Force when I was growing up and shit, and I was a fat kid. And it's this is fucking stupid. Common fucking sense, people. I guess they are retarded.
Why didn't
The
they
pronunciation is killing me. What, the Auckland pronunciation? It's pronounced Cairns. It's Cairns. If there's an R and an A and an I, it's Cairns. It's a tourist town, not a big city. Oh, those poor people, though. I mean, that 2 hours trapped with a dead body, that's a pretty smelly place to be. That's pretty bad. I'm going to hell for this bit, and you're all coming with me. Hey, more money! It's more words. This is going to be fun. Yeah, I just found the reply from you, Gunfox, to that. I had a guy today, for Twitter fuckery. I had a guy, I didn't notice my notifications, because just so you know, if anybody tries to message me or DM me on Twitter, I have all my push notifications to my phone off, because I get annoyed in the mornings. So I turn on my phone and I open it. That's when I get bombarded with messages. But so this guy...
Holy fuck.
What?
I hope TTS reads that soon. They could have just... Wait.
What?
They could have just thrown the body onto a meat grinder for a Chinese dog food factory.
Oh, jeez. Ooh. Ooh, that's spicy there, Gunfox. Ooh. Ooh.
Thank you for the $5 there, dude.
Okay, where was I? God. Alright, so those are the stories that Gunfox sent us. Or sent me, rather. I don't have anything that he sends blind, I leave for her to read. She's got some stuff for tomorrow, too, for you guys. Okay, where's this one? Is this the one I'm thinking about? Okay. Next story. So
why didn't they use the emergency...
What? The emergency...
tube slidey thingies?
Because once you launch that, it's like launching an airbag in a car. You have to completely replace the unit, and that means NTSB has to come in.
Oh.
And it only goes down, not up. It's not stairs, it's slide.
Yeah,
the paramedics...
so slide the fucker out.
Slide for fuck's... Weekend at Bernie's him out of the airplane?
Yeah!
Holy shit!
Slide him down to the fucking EMTs, they can cart him away for an autopsy, and everyone can go on their merry way. Replace the fucking thing when they get back.
Fuck. Is it going to be a slip and slide at the bottom just to make sure he gets into the ambulance? Holy shit. Oh, there's a handful left down here. Fuck. Okay, so for you drinkers out there, did you know your breweries are racist?
Yes,
They're not lacking diversity. So CBC wrote an article about the local breweries around here, and apparently they're diversity lacking in local beer industry, says Advocate.
Advocate?
Advocate.
Just advocate?
Just advocate. He identifies as an advocate. And I identify as an attack helicopter. If you go into the brewery, it's pretty white and bearded.
Oh, no.
Because it's actually true. If you walk into most of the breweries around here, like the ones that Matt and the guys work at, the one, If you walk into there, yeah, it is a lot of neckbeards in there. It is a lot of fat, really portly guys with beards that do a lot of. They're usually white dudes. But gee, aren't we in a like primarily German area? Like, you know, the city was named New Berlin before World War II. That level of German. We're surrounded by German Mennonites and Dutch Mennonites.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the amount of black people, the amount of people of color are very few and far between. Your sister was here. That's the darkest person we've had in this house in a long time. Okay, let's look over this. Members of Kitchener-Waterloo's craft beer industry say they want to see more when it comes to diversity. Ren Navarro, not related to Dave.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Like I said, local.
Does the beer taste different if it's made by different
Don't
colored
forget,
people?
honey, Oktoberfest is racist. The German beer festival held in a German city is racist.
Well, yeah, it's Germans. All Germans are Nazis. Don't you know that?
But the dude's orange. What's his name? Klaus? Okay, that's
Germanites. I'm blowing up Pincalo's Twitter messages.
Of course you are, Gunfox. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 stories left to cover, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, and it's 10 after 11.
Oh, we'll be fine. We're gonna blow through these.
Okay.
Trust me, these are worth it. We got 2 Florida mans coming up and a drunk woman in a Walmart. So, come on. This is worth it, and I hope... I'm curious how everyone likes this new format, because I'm having fun. Are you having fun with this? Because I'm having fun with this.
Yeah, I'm having fun with
I mean, you can always turn on the PlayStation. You don't need the TV on. You can put your headphones on and be, you know, I want to play video games. You can do a game stream later. You can do a game stream afterwards. How's that sound? Like, you know what I mean? Do you want to do a game stream afterwards for yourself?
I don't know if I want to do a game stream after, because I don't want to cut into Minions.
That's true, because we've got 20 minutes till Minions, and we don't want to step on them, because we're not like a certain monkey of sorts who used to be. I'm going to stream for a couple hours at 6 a.m. 11 o'clock later. Hey, we're still going.
Love you, monkey.
Okay, so Red Navarro runs Beer.Diversity and said the beer industry should look more like the people it serves. Which, if you go into any of the local bars like the Hoother...
Are white hipsters?
They're all white university people. When you look at the color of the beer drinker, the age range, and sexuality, it's a huge array of people. She told Craig Norris on the Morning Edition. Navarro said retailers and brewers are reaching out to broad audience, but it's the same people who work in the breweries. Yeah. Out here, it's definitely still pretty white. Yes.
Yes.
Because it's Canada. Ironically, as Navarro pointed out, the industry was far more diverse in the past when it wasn't as attractive and people didn't really want to work in beer. No shit, because fuck hipsters. When we think of beer 5 or 6 years ago, it wasn't a thing that was as cool as it is now. Bullshit, the craft beer industry blew up 10 years ago. You fucking twat. This meant there were very specific groups of people working in the back rooms as brewers and brewers' assistants. We had 6 breweries in this city that were monstrous. Sleeman's was here.
Sleeman's is still in Guelph.
Yeah, but Seagram's was here before that.
Seagram's is still here.
No.
Isn't it?
No, the distillery is gone. Like, this is the place. The places that are now condos and these big condo places and museums and shit, they used to be massive breweries. Between us and Guelph, we used to have the largest brewery system in Canada all the way up until Prohibition. Even during Prohibition, Capone came to Guelph to get beer from Sleeman, according to Sleeman, of course, but to take it to the States. Boy, I kind of miss beer, but I don't.
Oh, beer's disgusting.
No, good beer. You have to understand, I went down to the pits of despair and drank stuff like Coors and Budweiser. And then I came up here and there was Heineken, which is still piss water. There's no good beer.
Well, you want to, if you,
I want good beer.
Unless you want to go and drink Fin de Monde.
I want something good. I don't even like Red Stripe anymore. The Jamaicans hate me for that. Okay. I'm going to get lynched in chat for this. No, don't fuck hipsters. You're likely to catch something. Yeah. Oh, we'll get to that one in a minute. So, before there was popular, it was okay to hire anyone that they wanted. Now that it's popular, they have to be diverse. Yes, diversity through segregation is possible. Where are the brews? Sport and anti-disgusting. For fuck's sake, sport. God damn it, Adam. YouTube pisses me off. If I type but the chat is an active window, it sends the stream careening back to the start. Fun, Terry. Fun. Diversity is regressing society, says Jesse. It's alcohol. It doesn't discriminate who it intoxicates. I don't know. Let's wait for that study to come out there, Maniac Man. Like, I give it time. Hey! It didn't blow up. Oh, I didn't read it. Of course not, because it sucks. Navarro is taking that conservation. Fuck, why do I do that?
I don't know.
Navarro is taking that conversation to the U.S. next week, where she'll be speaking at the Craft Brewers Conference in Denver, Colorado. As the only Canadian on the panel, she said the conference will be an opportunity to share knowledge, as well as talk about how to continue the discussion with more brewers and leaders in the industry. Oh, no. She's the only Canadian going?
Oh, dear.
Fuck. Yep.
My area is 90% white and 10% other. Lot of bars, and the income is about 35,000 to 70.
That's decent, yeah.
Oh, USD, worthless little peasants here well yet.
God damn it. With diversity.
We love you too, Gunfucks.
People always think it's just white or black. There's so much more to it. Yes, there's brown, there's yellow, there's red. Don't forget the red man. Don't forget the method man.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, that makes me mad. I just read a headline, but I don't know if it's real. Driver knew he was aggressive. Senior beaten by another passenger while taking transit for elderly. No, I'm not reading that. Okay, so let's go on to Walmart story. Tale from the Walmart. Woman banned from Walmart after riding cart while drinking wine from a Pringles can.
Because that's where you'd want to put your wine. In a Pringles can.
This is going to be funny. Police were called to a Texas Walmart after a woman was reportedly drinking wine from a Pringles can and riding an electric cart in the parking lot.
I know, right?
Officers responded to a call around 9 a.m.
Jesus.
About a suspicious person in the store's parking lot. The Times Record News reported. Investigators found the woman at a nearby restaurant and told her she was banned from the Walmart. You are banished from the Walmart. You shall not return. The caller said the woman had been riding around the store's parking lot since 6:30 a.m.
Oh my god!
Drinking wine from the potato chip can. So she brought it herself. So she didn't buy it. So it's not like I thought where she picked up the Pringles and the wine in the store and then walked out with it. She brought it with her.
Because, you know...
And that's the end of the fucking story, seriously?
That's what you do when you go drinking. You go to the Walmart parking lot and you ride your electric cart around and around and around for 3 hours.
She brought it with her. For fuck's sake. Oh.
White trash is she, says Jesse. Yeah, I would tend to agree with you.
Oh man, this is killing me. All right. Let's go to the wonderful land of Florida. Florida man chews up police car seat after cocaine arrest.
Vitamins, or cocaine is like vitamins for hotel soap.
Oh, I miss Dr. Chan. Okay, Homestead, Florida. A Florida man was arrested Thursday night after more than 40 grams of cocaine were found in his possession during a traffic stop near the Florida Keys. But not before he decided to eat part of the arresting officer's patrol car seat. Are we sure it wasn't bath salts? Which I guess turned out to be bullshit. I don't know. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, Melvin Stubbs, fuck's sakes, 37 of Homestead, Melvin, was charged with cocaine trafficking and resisting arrest. He was also charged with property damage for chewing up and or eating a sheriff officer's patrol car seat after he was taken into custody along mile marker 59. Stubbs was stopped by police for driving with very dark, illegal window tinting. It was then discovered he had a warrant out for his arrest for violating probation stemming from cocaine sales. We have more messages. Stubbs tried to run away but was caught and tasered by one of the officers. Police say they found 4 baggies of cocaine inside his jacket pocket with a total weight of 41.1 grams.
Forklift to ELE5. Forklift to ELE5. There is a Walmart whale that has tipped over.
Fuck's sake.
Love it.
Oh, dying. Thank you, sir. After placing him in the back seat of a patrol car, Stubbs chewed off and or ate a large piece of the seat, causing at least $1,000 in damage.
God damn.
You gotta love those bulletproof car
Is he
seats.
part beaver?
I don't see a picture of the guy, so I can't tell you this. The next one has a mugshot. Where was I? He ate the seat. Officers said he was so combative they had to put his feet in restraints and took him to Fisherman's Hospital in Marathon. He was medically cleared and then taken to jail. How much cocaine did you do?
No kidding.
All right, this guy just looks sad. I mean, seriously, this guy. Okay, this might piss some people off, but you know what? This is an interesting story, but at the same time, it's got a whole Weekend at Bernie's vibe to it. Florida man allegedly fooled family into believing murdered wife was still alive.
Let me guess, he's the one that killed her.
Well, it's kind of a spoiler on the headline, but yeah. Let me just see if I can get this thing to scroll down so I can... There we go. Look at this. Look at this very, very, very sad individual who is less than 5 feet tall. Sinatra would eat this guy alive. I'm going to forward this to Sinatra after this. He would love to read this article. Shelby Svensson, 25, confessed to killing his wife last year, but only after he was arrested for murdering her. Holy fuck. I didn't catch that. But only after he was arrested for murdering her parents and brother in December.
Oh my god.
This guy right here.
You crazy.
You see this fucking guy? Wow.
He is a crazy motherfucker.
Okay. I need water. I'm dying here. Shelby Svensson admitted to killing his wife, Jamie Avancic, but only after he was arrested for also killing 3 of her family members. Authorities believe Avancic may have been dead for as long as a year.
Wow.
But Svensson convinced her friends and family that she was still alive by texting and sending photos of the couple's 2 young children from her phone and telling them that she was unavailable to talk when they called.
Wow.
Avancic's parents and brother were found dead in their Tarpon Springs, Florida home on New Year's Day, and Svensson, 25, was arrested in Ohio 2 days later. driving his murdered mother-in-law's fucking Christ, grammar people. Driving his murdered mother-in-law Laura Ivansik's stolen SUV. He's currently awaiting extradition from Ohio to Florida. During an interrogation regarding the triple murder, Svensson also admitted to killing his wife, who was 21, and burying her body in the backyard of their previous residence in Port Richey, Florida. The Pasco County Police Department evacuated the backyard and, on Tuesday, identified remains found there as those of Jamie Ivancic. Chief Deputy Jeff Harrington said at a press conference Tuesday that Ivancic's cause of death was violent blunt force trauma, and that the police department is still investigating the exact events that led up to her death. At this point, we just don't know, he said regarding motive, the circumstances of her death, and whether the couple's 2 children were present at the time. The children were in the car with Svensson when he was arrested, and, Harrington said, the most important thing at this point is that we know that they're safe. They're currently in foster care in Ohio, family members told the Bay Times. Harrington also said at a press conference that Ivancic had told family members about a year ago that she was planning to leave Svensson and take the children with her. Shocking. Both Ivancic and Svensson were previously arrested on domestic violence charges, accused of assaulting each other. The last time anyone actually spoke directly with Ivancic was about a year ago, on January 25th, 2018, when she had a FaceTime call with her sister, Karma. Since then, Svensson was able to deflect attempts to speak with his wife directly, keeping up appearances that she was fine and just too busy to talk. I feel betrayed that I was played, Stewart told the Tampa Bay Times. I didn't expect the worst when I probably should have. Too easy. A representative of the Pasco County Sheriff's Office told Rolling Stone, this is a Rolling Stone article, by the way, that Svensson will be charged with his wife's murder. Not until after he tried for the triple homicide in Tarpon Springs, which takes precedence. Really? Okay. Jamie and her brother Nicholas were both adopted by their parents, Richard and Laura, who regularly fostered children, according to their son Richard. The oldest of Richard Ivancic's 4 children from a previous marriage. Richard Jr. called the police on New Year's Eve day, asking for a welfare check at Richard and Laura's home, reporting that he hadn't heard from his father since December 13th.
Oh, wow.
And that it was unlike him to be unresponsive for that long. When police arrived, they found Richard, Laura, and Nicholas dead, likely for about a week, as well as the family's 3 dogs. Jesus Christ!
Piece of shit.
No official statement has been made yet as to the motive for those murders either. The Tarpon Springs Police Department was not immediately available for comment, and it is unclear whether Svensson has legal representation to speak on his behalf. Holy fuck! Okay, wow.
Crazy asshole.
Wow. And this guy. This guy.
I think we've upset Peter for making fun of his height.
No, Peter, come on. Don't be depressed. That was a joke. Short jokes are funny. We make fun of Tom Cruise all the time. Tom Cruise is shorter than you. And I said 5 foot. I didn't say 5'5". You're 5'5". You're good. You're good. Ah.
How many more stories have we got? Because it's 5 minutes to Minions.
Oh, if we go over, we go over. I just don't want Peter to be upset. I hate when people get upset. It makes me sad. Because we've got 3 stories left. We've got Louis C.K. We've got the Jews and measles. I shouldn't say Jews. And then our final special story of the night. We've got 5 minutes, but we're going to go over, so what? So, we've got leaked emails that say that Louis C.K. gave some weird chef lady an STD. Did he jerk off in her eye? The comic, let's see here. Pertinent emails, so they went back and forth with emails. The chick was jailed for more than 3 months into 2007 because she stole $1 million from her former co-workers. Holy shit. And it revealed her steamy relationship with Louis C.K. Oh, we have a super Streamlab thingy.
A super Streamlab thingy?
Yep. Share a human bloodstream or a condom, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it doesn't say shit. This is just some crazy lady who's saying they had sex, condom broke, she then somehow contracted an STD.
Just let me hang this
Doesn't
guy.
say anything else.
Last for a little while, hang him until he
Fuck's sakes.
passes out, then let him regain and then hang him until he passes out about 15 times then.
That's one I'd also...
Let him die or start removing body parts for a few days.
God damn.
That works.
Could we just leave him in... And then we leave him in the woods. Let the wolves sort him out.
Send him out west.
So, that's the Louis C.K. story, which of course looks like it's full of bullshit, as usual. There's just innuendos. There was no actual stating of anything. All right. Really quick. New York's Orthodox Jewish community is battling measles outbreak. Vaccine deniers are to blame. Now, the other stories I read on this said that there were 167 cases, which is the largest it's been in the New York area in all time. Anti-vaccine advocates have swayed parents in New York to refuse immunizations for their kids, sparking two of the largest measles outbreaks in the state's recent history. As of January 8th, 55 people in Brooklyn, mainly in the Williamsburg and Borough Park neighborhoods, had fallen ill, along with 105 people in nearby Rockland County, and 7 in Orange County. Additional cases are currently under investigation, and the number is expected to rise.
Fuck
What's
off.
notable here is that cases are most occurring among unvaccinated or under-vaccinated Orthodox Jews, particularly children. When asked why people were opting out of vaccines, the city health department said anti-vaccine propagandists are distributing misinformation in the community, which is true if you talk to any fucking anti-vaxxer. The fearmongers include the Brooklyn group called PEACH, or Parents Teaching and Advocating for Children's Health, which means they're a bunch of Google fucking doctor pieces of shit, which spreads misinformation about vaccine safety, citing rabbis as authorities. Rabbis are not doctors. Rabbis are barely people. Through a hotline in magazines. I'm sorry, if the rabbis are advocating for this crap, then they are just like the monsters that they preach against.
Yep.
I have no place for... This is not anti-Semitism, this is anti-vax.
Yeah.
So, for the YouTube people that want to monitor and report this stream for offensive nature, that's not what this is about. This is about people endangering the lives of children. Fuck them. Brooklyn Orthodox Rabbi William Handler was also been proclaiming the well-debunked link between the MMR vaccine and autism. Parents who placate the gods of vaccinations are engaging in child sacrifice, he told Vox.
Fuck you.
I talked to Orthodox Jews in New York about the outbreak and their vaccine concerns, and I learned that a minority distrust vaccines for reasons that have nothing to do with religious doctrine. No, it has to do with the other part of the other doctrines that are out there, not the religious doctrines, but the crazy doctrines out there, the ideologies that aluminum sulfide is bad because aluminum is bad. No, it's not. Look up an ingredients list. Fuck you. You're brainwashed. Fuck you. Where's the evidence?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Where's the evidence? Fuck you. Where's the evidence? Just Google it. Give me your evidence. It's everywhere. Where's the evidence? This is a constant argument with anti-vaxxers. Sorry, I got off on a tangent. Yet the fact that some Orthodox Jews live outside the mainstream, avoid technology, and hold rabbinic opinion in high esteem may leave them particularly vulnerable to anti-vaxxers. Quote, being a religious Jew, you also get used to having a minority viewpoint, said Alexander Rappaport, the CEO of Masbia Soup Kitchen Network in Brooklyn and a public face to the Hasidic community. So, if something is not mainstream, it doesn't take you away from believing it. He also explained that some Orthodox Jews in Brooklyn go to school together, worship together, and live and travel together. This means a few unvaccinated people living in close proximity can be dangerous. Yes, because the herd
immunity.
The herd immunity isn't there. Because once you weaken the herd chain, you're fucked. But it also means making inroads with public health messages requires extra effort. We see government invest in public health awareness a lot, Rappaport said, but it never trickles down to Yiddish speakers or people who don't have TV sets. Motherfuckers!
Racism? Really? You're saying vaccines are racist?
No, they're saying that the information out there is because it doesn't translate to Yiddish or people who don't own TV sets. So this is the same thing as if the Mennonites here, there's the old Mennonites still that still speak only Dutch or only some weird Germanic language that doesn't even exist anymore except within their communities. It's the same thing as saying, well, they're not vaccinated because they don't get the language given to them. That's bullshit because there are people who are in between who can translate for that. Fuck them. I hate this shit. The story of New York is familiar. Other tight-knit communities like the Somali American community in Minnesota and the Amish in Ohio have recently fallen victim to measles outbreaks as a result of vaccine refusal. Duh. This latest outbreak is a reminder of how vulnerable more insular groups can be to anti-vaxxers. The unique challenges for public health advocates in countering their messages in these communities. Measles was eliminated in the U.S. in 2000s, but outbreaks linked to vaccine refusal have been popping up in insular communities.
Wow.
There's one fact that makes the measles virus really scary. It's one of the most infectious diseases known to man. A person with measles can cough in a room, leave, and if you are unvaccinated, hours later you can catch the virus from the droplets in the air that they left behind. No other virus can do that. So if you are not vaccinated, it's extremely easy to catch measles, hence why you're blind.
Yep.
This is why we take the measles stuff pretty personally. This is, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the lore of blind press, the Badgers did not take out her eyes. The Badgers brought the measles to her eyes, and that is what hurt her. That's way higher than other viruses like Ebola, HIV, or SARS. Okay, those are just completely odd ones to... I would have not used HIV. I would have used MRSA.
No.
I would have used MRSA, or what's the other one?
That's Ninja Meowing Jessie.
That's just our cat, the fat one, who should have a deeper meow, but, neckbeards will be neckbeards. By 2000, because of widespread vaccination, the virus was declared eliminated in the United States. Enough people were immunized that outbreaks were uncommon and deaths from measles were scarcely heard of. But in order for any vaccine to be effective, you need to have a certain percentage of people in a population immunized. That's what's known as herd immunity. And it means diseases can't spread through populations very easily with the MMR vaccine. 95% of the people need to get the shot. So just a few people refusing vaccines can be dangerous. So since 2000, yada yada. Oh, here we go. Every year in populations with lower levels of vaccine uptake, totaling between 37 and 667 cases since 2000. The virus typically spreads when unvaccinated travelers between places. This is just the history of it.
Yeah.
So get your shots.
Yes.
But this is not an isolated incident. Oh, fuck. The Orthodox Jewish community has already faced numerous outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases in recent years, including whooping cough and mumps. As recently as 2013, another measles outbreak involving 58 cases became the largest in the city since 1992, nearly a decade before measles was eliminated, and cost the city $400,000 to contain.
Good Lord.
Most of the people I spoke to for this story have had no concerns about vaccine safety and happily vaccinate their families. The majority view is also that there's no religious reasons to avoid vaccines. There really isn't. It's this stupid, there's just this little tiny group of, this fringe groups that sit there and they read their text so bad that it all goes down to the body as a temple. And that's kind of where it starts. And if you look at most of the anti-vaxxers out there, there is some kind of religious connection that they just won't admit to. It's kind of nuts. From a religious viewpoint, people have to vaccinate, Rabbi David Niederman said, executive director and president of the United Jewish Organizations of Williamsburg. Instead, people have a duty to protect their families and most vulnerable in their communities. Anything that causes harm, you have to do whatever you can to avoid that. Yet, rabbinic authority and the argument about avoiding harm is being used by anti-vaccine campaigners as a vehicle to spread misinformation. Consider the story of Rachel Starr. What's the star? What's the asterisk? Holy fuck, this is a long article. It's just...
Well,
yeah, so all in all, that's terrible.
The gist of the article is get your fucking measles shot.
Get your babies their MMRs or other babies will go blind and die. All right, last story as we're 8 minutes past the end, and you know what? Chadwick's running away. Bye, Chadwick, because you're going to like this one. Lawsuit claims Beyonce's website violates federal disability law. Dun dun dun.
Bad Beyonce.
How long is this article? Okay, good. It's only like a couple paragraphs. A class action lawsuit filed against Beyonce's management company claims her website is in violation of the ADA, unable to be used by people who are visually impaired. The lawsuit filed Thursday against Parkwood Entertainment alleges that the plaintiff is not able to use the website Beyonce.com due to the fact that it lacks features required by law to help those who are visually impaired to be able to browse the internet, according to a BuzzFeed News. The one and only form of entertainment that truly presents an even playing field between the visually impaired and the sighted is the joy of music. Fuck off. Unfortunately, this is where the connection between artist and fan end, at least where the fan is blind or visually impaired. The website in question is a one-stop shop for all things Beyonce, including tour information, a merchandise store, and biographical information. BuzzFeed reports that the plaintiff in the lawsuit is Mary Connor, who is legally blind and uses a computer with the help of screen reading software. The complaint alleges that Connor was unable to use the site because it did not have the alternative text. Beyonce.com provides to the public a wide array of the goods, services, price specials, and other programs offered by Parkwood. Yet, Beyonce.com contains thousands of access barriers that make it difficult, if not possible, for blind and visually impaired customers to use the website. The ADA is a federal anti-discrimination law that protects individuals with disabilities in all areas of public life. It became law in 1990 and has since extended to its interpretation to include websites. Parkwood Entertainment did not immediately respond to a request for comment from The Hill. So basically, it's like we always run into with everything, and there's stall. It's coded. It's just coded differently, so where the screen reader doesn't read it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the news. I thought that was going to be a bigger story.
Well, and I think people are starting to need to go to bed. So.
Everyone's starting to knock off, so I'm going to knock it off because why? Because I want to go to sleep. I got to work in the morning. Jesus, what the hell am I doing up?
Well, guys, thank you for coming out and listening to us. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning for another coffee stream at 10 a.m. Eastern. And I hope that everyone has a good night. We will see everyone tomorrow morning.
Bye! I don't think it ended. I don't think it's over. I don't think the show ended. I think my computer froze. I think we're still broadcasting. This does not conclude the broadcast day.